Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my world with Nat. I hope you are having an excellent day. I'm in Puerto Plata today with I say good friend Lucy because we've been talking for months and been trying to get together to do this video for you. You're getting the full Dominican experience right now because we're at a beautiful little bakery called Tio Pan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ooh. Lucy is full of knowledge. You have been here 6 years.
Going on seven.
7
in
years
August.
already. Wow. And I guess one of the, people who are watching always love to know why people decide to come to the DR or why they decide to make Puerto Plata your home.
Well, my story is much, much different than many other people.
Yeah.
A lot of people usually research. I didn't. What I did is I had only been twice to Torquada in a resort.
And that's not really reality, let's be honest.
No, it's not. It really is.
It is not.
It really is.
That's real paradise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was a life-changing event in my life.
Yeah, a pivot you had to make.
Exactly. And so I grabbed my two little kids. Back then they were 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
And decided to buy a flight to Puerto Plata. Back then, it was the San Luisma Hotel, which now is the Emotions by Hotel Club.
Okay.
So when I was there, I looked on Kijiji for properties, and I came upon two houses that I liked, and one is the one that I actually bought. So from the hotel, I moved into my house.
Nice.
And that was it. And since then, I've been living the Dominican real.
The real Dominican
The
life.
real Dominican.
Remarried?
Remarried with a Dominican man, thank God. He's a
Good man. He's a good man, yes.
Very good
I don't know
man.
him very well, but he seems to be wonderful.
He's adorable.
And you live in Puerto Plata. And,
Yes.
for us, we come to visit Puerto Plata. It's a place you come to do some of your shopping, maybe some excursions. I don't know that, and it was funny because on our way here, Adele said to me, oh, can we move to Puerto Plata? And this sort of city life, I guess, I don't know if it's considered to be a big city.
No, Santiago is.
Santiago would be the bigger city.
Yes.
It's not really my jam to be in the city.
Really?
Yeah.
And me, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I couldn't live in Susua nor Cabarete because I find it too touristy.
Yeah.
There's so many expats and everything, and that's not what I want to live.
Yeah.
So I'm not in Puerto Plata City. As you know, I'm uphill.
Yeah.
So a much quieter neighborhood.
Quieter area.
Yes.
So I guess that would be the myth to sort of squash, right? Is that Puerto Plata, though a city, if we equate it to North America, does it have like boroughs or areas that are a little bit
Yes, it does.
further? Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your area called? Or
Torquada too.
Torquada too. Okay. And you're right. So for anybody who comes, when you loop around the Jumbo and you go up what I call one of those main streets, you're just off of there up towards the mountain, which has beautiful views. We're gonna go visit some other areas after, but what are some of the things you love about being in Puerto Plata?
Everything. Being close to the supermarkets, being extremely close to the beach as well. Rivers all around. Everything. Mainly.
Access. There is access.
to everything.
Yeah.
My kids' schools, they go to public school,
Yeah.
public Dominican high school. So they're living also, the real Dominican life.
And do they, I guess it's a good segue, when you arrived with them, was it a seamless arrival? Did they adapt easily?
They adapt very quickly.
You know what?
They didn't know to speak one word in Spanish, and they right away.
Parents often ask me, oh, how did Adele adapt? How did kids do? This is the Dominican experience. We're on a pretty busy road. But I feel like all kids adapt well.
They do. As parents, I understand you're afraid to push your kid into the crowd, but that's what you need to do. You need to push them, give them that nudge, and they take care of themselves.
And they take from us as well. I think that we also led the way in this transition. So Adele sort of followed suit and was on board with us.
Exactly.
Okay. what else? What was your biggest surprise about coming into the DR? Like knowing that you were going to live here. What were the things that surprised you the most, or about arriving?
Arriving and adapting here.
Yeah.
The locals.
It's
love,
a theme
the
right now. It's a
livelihood.
theme. Yeah.
These people are very loving.
Yes.
And I find the poorer the better. Seriously, have you been to campgrounds? Like the campsites?
No.
Campo? Those people live in little wooden houses and everything, but they're there, they want to offer you food and a lot of food. Like they put...
Well, food is that thing that connects all of us, right?
Yes. You know, and they're very loving, they're very giving.
And I say, to me, that shows what the simplicity of life can be. And people who are thinking of doing this, you have to decide what kind of life do you want to have. Do you want to continue living that North American style life, or are you looking for something simpler?
Exactly.
I think we have gone, since we've been here, we've gone from something a bit big to something simpler. We're not like going without anything, but I think we're tailoring to meet the needs that we have and not going above the needs that we have.
Well, like I say a lot, less is best.
Less is best.
You know?
Okay.
You don't need to have a big, extravagant house to impress. No. You need to feel good in where you live, how you live.
Absolutely.
As long as it's about everything.
Perfect. So stay tuned for more. We're going to go to a new location in just a bit. Hey everybody, we're back and we are in Central Park in Puerto Plata. Let's do a little tour, Lucy. Follow me. Look at that. And what a treat it is. I just actually had a great experience with some pigeons, which I have never done, so stay tuned for that. I guess part of what I'd love to share with people is Puerto Plata is rich with history.
It is
very rich.
Very rich.
And a lot of people are coming at cruise ships. There's a huge terminal here. People are flocking here every week to come and visit the island, come and explore what it has. Do you have any like particulars people should check out when they come to Puerto Plata?
Yes. Well, the Central Park.
Central Park, where we are right now.
Yes, the teleférico, the cable car.
The cable car,
yes.
yes.
That is an experience on its own. It's very, very nice. Doña Blanca, the Pink Street.
Pink Street, yeah, yes, we're gonna go visit that after.
Nice. The Umbrella Street. We have quite a few attractions.
Quite a few, absolutely.
I just got like.
So we made our way down here, and let me tell you, I didn't have an accident, but there's a gentleman who cut in front of my car right as I went forward. And I might have lightly tapped him. And he looked at me, but he knew he was in the wrong, so he didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
So would you be in agreement that driving here is...
It's hectic.
It's special. Especiale, as they say, you know? Special, yeah.
Yes.
And so, do you have any... I mean, I see that you do the moto. You drive on the moto.
I don't drive. I'm a passenger.
You're chauffeured.
Yes.
You're chauffeured. And I guess, I don't know what the word is, recommendation for that. What is... Like, do you recommend that people do it, not do it, be careful? Because I know your son just got a moto,
yes,
right?
Yes, and he's 15 years old.
Yeah.
So, yes.
It's a rite of passage, I guess? As a 15-year-old?
Let's do that on another show.
That's another show. Okay.
But, yes, I do recommend people to do it. But, obviously, be safe. Don't trust anybody on the streets.
Don't trust anybody on the street, yeah.
No.
Yeah, you have to be super mindful.
Super vigilant.
Vigilant, absolutely.
Super
cool.
vigilant.
What are some of the things, I mean, besides the driving, but what were some of the things that challenged you when you first arrived? That where you I call them the really moments? Like, what?
Quite a few. Well, I had a language barrier.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy a house, like I said, before. I didn't buy a house where there's a lot of expats.
Yeah.
I really bought amongst.
Yeah.
So to me, it was really the language barrier because I did not know one word of Spanish.
But you speak French and Italian.
Yes.
Would you say that helped you?
Yes, because there's a lot of similarities with French and Italian.
Yeah.
But yet again, Dominican language has a lot of the usual, like dialects.
You know,
so...
Yeah. And some of the people I meet too, they mumble a little bit. So I always feel like I have to ask. Like, numbers for me are my biggest challenge.
Okay.
I just learned 500, and somebody gave me a
Yeah.
trick. She said, you know, quinoa? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, think quinoa. And I'm like, oh my God, that is my trick.
Okay.
That's how, because
Yeah.
I had to put fuel in our car, and I wanted 500 pesos, and I couldn't remember how to say 500. And I want to know how to say it. Like, I do want to know how to say the numbers and recognize the numbers. So, you know, Duolingo has helped us a lot.
My biggest advice to everybody, whether you're moving here, whether you come on vacation, learn the language. You cannot expect Dominicans to speak English or French. Learn the language you visit.
Especially the basics.
Exactly.
The polite ones,
At
you know?
least, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are live from, well, not live. We're recording here in Central Park in Puerto Plata. It is full of color, full of life. You definitely have to come out and check. It is a hot one though today. It's about 31 degrees, probably feels like 37. So we're now gonna go out to the Umbrella Street. Looking forward to showing you that. Hey everybody, we're back and we are at the famous Umbrella Street here in Puerto Plata. Very well known. People come here. We're actually here in the middle of like high tourist season because the Carnival cruise ship is in town today. So there's a lot of people walking around checking all the things. So I guess what I want to do to wrap up, you know, in our conversation is, what are some of the tips and tricks you have for people who are deciding to relocate? You know, you did this a long time ago. We did it 14 months ago. There's things I wouldn't change everything. There's some things I would change. What things are those?
You know what? It's by trial and error.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change a thing.
Really?
No.
Okay,
I
but what
wouldn't.
if somebody's coming, like what would be your, maybe a couple of tips? You know, what should they consider? What should they do?
Okay, well, although you want to relocate, you want to come and live here, rent. Don't buy right away.
Yeah,
Rent.
yes,
Try
I love
different.
that.
I got lucky because I bought and I love where I live. But not everybody's the same. Not everybody has that same,
Yeah.
you know, that same.
Well, same availability maybe.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
And you want
Rent.
and you want to check out where it is, right? Because you landed in
Obviously.
Puerto Plata, you loved it. We ended up in Sosúa the first time. It was okay, but now I'm in Cabarete and I love that. You know, so
Exactly.
you really have to come and check out what you want. Any
Try
other
different areas.
last minute advice, tips?
Not really. I mean, no, just, you know what? Yes, really.
Yes.
Go with the flow and stop stressing about everything. We are not in Canada. We are not in the US. We're in Dominican Republic.
So we have to adapt.
Yes. Adaptation is
Is very important.
very, very important.
Yeah.
And just mix with the locals as well. Don't just stay in an expat community. You need to mix with the locals as well.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of.
As we said at the beginning, one of the most friendliest people that I've ever met. So
Yes.
I'm going to end on that. Thank you so much for doing
you
this
for
with
having
us
me.
today. Oh my God,
Finally.
we've been touring around Puerto Plata all day.
And it's hot.
It is very hot. It might be time for a cerveza. If you are looking to relocate and you're not sure about what step you're and where you're at, make sure you click the Calendly link. Book a free call with me so we can figure that out together. There's Adele in the background there.
I got to hold a monkey.
She got to hold a monkey. We'll make sure to put that video in as well. If you like this video, make sure you like it. You subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when the next video comes up. Whatever you choose to do, have an incredible day and stay cool and hydrated. Bye for now.